Hi guys, so this is Jackie from techjackie.com. Welcome to another video on SEO. First of all, if you're brand to this channel, make sure you press the subscribe button down below so whenever I release a new SEO video like this, you get notified. So in today's video, I'll walk you through a recent case studies in which I was able to 5x or increase the traffic to this pet shop website using SEO, increase it by 5 times. So here's a Ahrefs screenshot. As you can see, I took this screenshot from Ahrefs, which is right here in the case studies. I'll leave the link in the description for this case study so you can go and read it out. But just to walk you through, like I was able to help increase the visitors from roughly about 400 visitors per month for the website to roughly about 2,400 visitors per month. As you can see, this is when I started the SEO, and this is when it kind of took off. So it took only about 4 months to get the results, right? And here's the search console dashboard just to show you that this is not a fake screenshots or anything. This is a real search console. I'm just blowing out the website, right, to remove the website. So here so here the search console starts tracking on May 27th. Actually, there was an earlier version of search console, but that was removed from the website due to the technical issues. So I'm not able to show before May 27th what happened, like what was the traffic, etc., etc. But as you can see, we are kind of averaging about 2,000 something visits per month nowadays, right? So without further ado, let me dive right into the case studies. So this the first, just to give you a little bit of background, the project. So the client has been running the Weebly website, Weebly pet shop website, and it is located in Singapore. The domain is about 8 years old now, and the client has been doing SEO and running Google ads on their own for for since they started in the business, and they were doing quite okay, like not that great, but they're also doing good enough, right? Until Google March core update in 2023 hit the website. as you as you can see uh, from this downtrend, the website got hit by the algorithm updates, and then the client approached me for 2 sessions of SEO coaching. By the way, if you're interested in my SEO coaching program, I'll leave the link in the description as well so you can check more about it. So he approached me for 2 sessions, and we fixed a little bit of things, and he saw some improvements. Then he decided to hire me full time for the full service, and we started the work in April, as you can see right around here. And then after that, it's been just growing ever since. So just to walk you through the challenges, what were faced in the project. So first is the platform limitations. As I mentioned, the client website was built using Weebly, right, which is a free website builders, just like Wix, right? So there are many limitations to what we can make changes to Weebly. Initially, we were kind of going back and forth whether to switch it to WordPress or not, so it's easier to make changes and stuff. But since the client had been ranking for some of the keywords pretty good, not the best, but obviously the website was in a good conditions. We decided not to take that risk because changing the platforms, even though if we do all the things like 301 redirects and everything, there's still a risk that the site might even go worse, right? Than it is. So we decided not to change the platform and decided to work on whatever we could. The second challenge that we faced was strong local competitors. There are many strong location specific competitors, with strong local presence. And the domain name also, their domain web, they have been in business very long time. They've been like forever dominating the niche. And so, there's some quite amount of competition in this area. And lastly is a limited budget. The client only had about $500 per month for the budget. So if to get any decent results for SEO, $500 is on like the lower end to get good results, right? But nevertheless, I saw the potential on the website. I saw that the website has some good, uh, like it has a chance of actually dominating the market even with this budget. So I decided to give it a go and decide to take on the project. right? So here's the overview of how I approach what I did with the campaign, right? So the main focus of this, with the limitation in the budget, was to re-optimize the existing pages on the website, right? So the client already had pages created. The goal of this project was to rank and dominate the niche related to like dogs related stuff. Like so, like I said, the client is a pet shop website, and he mainly sells dogs and puppies. So the main goal was to rank for these puppies nationally within Singapore, right? Different breeds of puppies and different keywords, right? There are many different main keywords. So the client already had these pages created on the website, and the goal was to re-optimize them. The main focus initially was to re-optimize these pages, fix them to make sure that they are properly SEO optimized using my on-page technique. So this includes things such as edge heading optimization, H1, H2, H3. Use like the basic optimization along with my own NLP and density method, which obviously I can't go into detail in this quick case studies, but the goal here is to make sure that all the headings are properly optimized using NLP method. The next thing I also looked into the page structure optimization addition of subtopics. So for example, by structuring pages in such a way that there are logical connections from one section to another. For example, I start the page with an introduction to the service and the company, followed by services provided, reason to hire the company, etc., etc. And all of these, also answer the questions related to the intent using NLP technique. So just to give you a little bit of more visualization of how this works is basically in your page. So let's say this is your page, and then it's divided into multiple sections on the page, right? Like the topics on the page that you talk about. So like when you cover each subtopics on each sections, what you want to do here is you want to answer the questions directly. You want to make it as clear as possible, and then there's also a logical connection from each section to one another, right? So when this section ends, there needs to be a logical connection, or there needs to be a flow from this section to this section. So you need to use your wording correctly. You need to make sure that there's no ambiguity in the words. Everything needs to be on the point, and then this way Google will be able to follow your page throughout, like from top to bottom, right? So you make it clear, exactly, answer the questions directly, use simple to understand languages, etc., etc., right? So this is very important. And then the sentence level optimization using semantically relevant keywords. So not just the section, I also dive deep into each layer of the content, each sentence, each paragraphs in each sections, optimize it, rearrange the words, use all the semantically relevant keywords, right? So we have to use different words. For example, when you talk about, let's say, dogs, you need to talk about like different breeds of dogs. You need to talk about, like, I don't know, the words such as grooming, the words like breeds, the words like kennel, right? All these relevant words that needs to fit into the content. So in this way, I have my own method, I have my own tools. But if you kind of want to work on yourself, you can use any of the on-page tools available on the market, such as Surfer SEO, which can help you with this process. Next, I also looked into the internal links. So make sure that every other page on the website internally link back to the main page, right? So let's say this is the main page you want to rank for. You have like other kind of like pages, supporting pages. You can say they are kind of relevant to the topic. Then you need to link back to this main page, right? You need to make sure there's some internal link back, and then the internal link needs to be placed in a very logical way that it connects back to the topic, right? In the contextual way, right? Not just like forcing them into the content. It needs to make sense to link back. Again, there's more nitty gritty details into this, which I know I can't really go into details, but at the on the surface level, you should be good if you kind of make sure that everything kind of flows naturally. For the anchor text, I mainly focus on exact match and partial match, right? We can go a little bit more aggressive with internal links on the website. And then comes with the URL optimization, so making sure there's like keyword in the URL, making sure that making sure that it is like kind of short and concise. And then we look into the keyword count and variation optimization. So we look into things like keyword density, making sure that different words are used correctly on the page. Again, if you're kind of working this on your own, you can use tools like Surfer SEO, stuff like that. But I do have my own method, which has been proven to be working quite well in various niches. And then we look into design, refinement, and connections. So not just the content of the page, but the page design needs to be kind of laid out perfectly. Again, it needs to come and support this structure when you kind of want to, explain from one subtopic to another. Again, the page design needs to match. It needs to have a kind of user experience that Google expects for the keywords. Like if you're in e-commerce, obviously Google is looking for a products on the page, right? So you need to design it in such a way that there are products on the page, right? Not just stuffing keywords everywhere. Apart from re-optimizing the old content, we also looked into creating new pages, right, that belong to the same intent clusters. So to help build up the topical relevance, for example, we added some of the more dog breed pages that we deem important. We also added a few of the blog pages, although those are not the real focus. Those are not the main focus for the website. As a client, really just want to rank for commercial keywords. So all the traffic that you're seeing here are mostly coming from commercial keywords, right? Many SEO show traffic stats, but they obviously don't show the keywords they're ranking for, which can be just normal informational content. But here they're all kind of like commercial keywords. If you really want to look into the URL, you can maybe email me personally. I'll show you the website is just focused on the commercial keywords. And then after we finish off the on page, we move on to the off page optimizations, right? So for the off page, mainly, I usually always recommend the client to do things to build up a brand, right? To do branding, as branding really helps SEO, and I've talked about this in a lot of my videos. User engagement, brand signals, traffic, all this. But for this scenario, the client already had a strong brand for the website. So, this gave us a lot of leeways. This gave it also a lot of advantage. So what I did was I only focused on the building backlinks and most importantly, powerful relevant links. So I focused on high quality PBNs, right? Private blog networks. Guest post was not an option because guest posts would be too expensive for this budget per month, right? And PBNs are definitely my go-to method, to be honest. Is I've been relying on them more and more, but you have to know what you're doing. PBNs, if used not correctly, can definitely lead to penalty and stuff like that. So you need to really know how to use PBNs correctly. But if you know how to use it, it can be much more powerful tool at a very cost-effective way, right? To kind of boost your rankings. So the PBNs were used throughout the campaigns, and it was used to build it was built to multiple pages on the website to help increase the overall authority. And for the anchor text, I mostly focus on the brand and semantically relevant keywords to avoid any over optimizations. All right. So that's your typical campaign, and here's the results. The results speaks for themselves, and the client is very happy. And traffic, you can see the trend has exploded. And the client has been working with me for 4 months now, and there's no plan of stopping it anytime soon. So we decided to renew for the fifth month, as currently the main keyword for the website is hovering in the middle of page one. So the goal is to get this main keyword to top three, and yeah, to further improve the rankings and the traffic of the website. So that's how I approach the campaign, and that's the background. That's everything you need to know. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'll answer them as soon as possible. Again, if you're interested in any of my service, whether it's SEO coaching to help to train you how to be like a to train you on advanced SEO strategies, or just to hire me for your SEO campaigns, just reach out to me, or just comment in the comment in the YouTube section down below as well. So that's all for it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.